What's up, Fan Duel? Happy Thursday, and welcome to episode 2 of Grade A Picks. This is my, guess you could say, spin-off show from Grade A Fantasy. For those who don't know, I use this for pretty much for Fan Duel Sportsbook, where I give you, my top 3 picks, and just in case you need a little odds booster, I'll give you my favorite top dog. Top dog meaning best underdog that I think that can win. That will boost your parlay with plus money odds. So let's get started on week 2. Like I said, if you look at week 2, there's a lot of heavy favorites. I think the Broncos have they're minus 420. There's a couple of minus 300s and maybe a minus 290 here and there. Those are easy to, just throw in your parlay if you want to, but then you're going to need at least a couple of these decent odds and a couple plus odds to boost that very cheap 4 or 5 favorite parlay into a nice profitable 6, 7, maybe even 8 leg parlay, or maybe use 3 of the decent favorites, maybe leave the Broncos out of it since they're so high. But what I'm here to do is just give you my main 3, and I'm gonna give you my top dog. So basically 4 picks. That's pretty much what the grade A pick show is pretty much all about. So let's start off week 2. We're gonna start off with probably the most attractive game on the whole slate, whether if it's on sportsbook, whether if it's even you're playing in fantasy. It's Lions home against the Washington Commanders. This game right here has the 3rd highest total on the entire slate. I think it's behind, well, when you look at the sports book, all of week 2 is all together. So this is 3rd behind, I think, the Las Vegas game that's Sunday. And it's obviously behind tonight's game. I think this game is a 52 or 53.5. At 48.5, Lions are at home. The offense look like it's clicking. It definitely look like it's taking a boost from last year. Defense, on the other hand, still looks pretty bad. But Washington is not, to me, is not as explosive. They do have some good skill players. Don't get me wrong. Big fan of Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel and some of these new guys that they got, Love Gibson and all that. But I think this is where you take it. This is where I really hope. I wish they were like a home underdog, but they have decent home odds. Minus 126 is not bad odds. So being at minus 126, I say taking Lions money line. I like the fact that, one, they did come back against a very exposed Eagles defense. So I already told you that I feel like Washington defense is definitely exposed with, once again, 2nd week in a row, no Chase Young. That defensive backfield still needs work. I think Jared Goff with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamal Williams, Swift. I think Detroit's passing game is going to be even better than last week. And then on top of that, I think nobody can really match Swift or Jamal Williams coming out of the flat. Not their linebacker core. They're better run stop. That front seven is better run stopping core than a pass coverage core. And like I said, that defensive backfield, I don't have that much faith in them covering anything. So I think even them setting up a safety, they might be able to match up decently well against Hawkinson. But I really think the Lions have the advantage. With such a close comeback, they're going to have the energy of the crowd to get that first victory early instead of waiting till like week 12, 13 last year for a miracle win against the Vikings. I think the Lions definitely pull this out. Can picking the over work? Yes, but I like minus 126, Lions money line. Next pick would be I have the Indy game up, and I like Indy, minus 190. Not too bad odds. We're not getting too crazy with the 200s or anything like that. Like I said, you feel free to, add those easy games. Like I said, even though they're favorites, you're adding legs to your parlay. You just need some of those decent odds and maybe a couple of plus odds to, boost that up. But other than that, what we have here is pretty much, I feel that Indy feels, this is going to be one of those games where I feel Indy is once again playing a lesser team, and they definitely feel that they need to redeem themselves from their pretty much choking ways and choking performance of last week. Matt Ryan did look pretty terrible. The only thing good about that game was pretty much Jonathan Taylor. I think they feed the ball even more to Jonathan Taylor, even give him more. I think he's bound for like plus 30 touches in this game. And then I think Ryan to Pittman is going to be an even more explosive combination coming this Sunday. Indy just going to be way more motivated. Oh, for those who remember, like I said, there's a lot of kickers missed a lot of field goals last week, and obviously, the Indianapolis front office definitely sent a message. Rodrigo Blankenship was cut. A lot of field goal kickers missed kicks last week. Blankenship got cut. I think he got cut Monday or Tuesday. So that's definitely one of those things where it's like they're sending their team a message. We're not bullshitting around. We feel like we have a playoff slash championship caliber team, and you're doing things to if you're doing things to cost us in this short limited window that we feel that we have, then you gotta go. So with that being said, I think that's extra added motivation for Indianapolis to go into Jacksonville, stomp on Jacksonville. Looking at good weather that day, solid grass. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jacksonville probably put up some competition, but for me, I definitely like Indianapolis money line minus 190. For my third pick, we're gonna go to New York, and we got Carolina going into the Giants. Look, I had Kadarius Toney as one of my guys that I think you should be looking out for. There's obviously something going on in that organization. For one, Kadarius Toney not to go in until the fourth quarter, and two, the only thing good about the Giants, I'm sorry, is Saquon, because there was reports last week that apparently said, since this is the first time in a long while that's normally a very injured, riddled core, the Giants wide receivers, they claimed that they wanted to like rotate these guys in and out like every few possessions. So damn near none of the wide receivers pretty much played 100% of snaps. Normally your star plays 100% of snaps, or at least your best wideout. To me, it's Kadarius Toney, but he didn't get in until the fourth quarter, maybe late third, if that. So I don't know what's going on there, but obviously with the new coach, I guess he feels pounding the ball to Saquon and letting Daniel Jones only throw it 20, 21 times. I think it was 20 or 21. I don't even think he got past 23 or 22 attempts. And to pound that into the ground. But the Giants' defense is still a little suspect. Yes, that was a key victory against Tennessee, but Tennessee is, I think, all those times of pounding King Henry into the ground and everything, I think those days are up. King Henry will still be a top running back. But that team is very incomplete. I like Ryan Tannehill, but he has no weapons to throw to. I think that defense is still solid, but they just didn't have enough to contain Saquon Barkley last week. But why do I bring that up? Because when you look at the offensive talent of Carolina has way better offensive talent. Those wide receivers are going to be playing a lot harder with a better quarterback, and then Christian McCaffrey's healthy. Now, yes, Carolina defense is also pretty mediocre, but I feel that this could be a close game, but I think Carolina could pretty much outplay a very substandard New York Giants defense, which is why, to boost these odds, we're going to have a road dog, and we got Panthers plus 108 on the money line. And now for my bonus pick, which is what I call my top dog, my top underdog, which is I actually like them better than the Panthers and it'll probably be rare. Like, yeah, you're gonna have home underdogs because sometimes the home team is just that bad. But I knew what I remembered last week, and y'all saw on Grade A Fantasy. I told y'all to pick the Miami defense. Miami defense was pretty much the second best defense on the slate. You could have still won with them even though you didn't have Pittsburgh's defense. Because I think compared to Pittsburgh defense, I think they were maybe 700 or 600 cheaper than Pittsburgh. My favorite top dog is the Steelers, and they're at home. I hope you see this video soon. On Fan Duel, there are home dogs against the Patriots, plus 110. Now, normally these Steelers and Patriot games are played tightly and closely, so that's maybe why, the Steelers are not such a bigger, not even like a favorite or whatever. They're a dog. I understand Najee Harris is hurt. Losing somebody like TJ Watt does change, because if you have TJ Watt is so good, I think this goes from plus 110 to probably negative 120, even 130, 145. Him attacking Mac Jones. If you throw a Miami guy after Mac Jones, TJ Watt is going to eat him alive. So I don't think New England's that good. I knew Pittsburgh defense was going to be good, but I didn't think they was going to play that well. Obviously, you think all the best plays come from TJ Watt, but once again, it's another solid core. It's another solid core from the defense, front seven, even the secondary. I mean, I'm really shocked that this is still at plus 110. So hopefully by the time you see this video, you could get these plus odds on the Steelers at home. I did take notes in this game for what I feel was gonna happen, but I didn't really take the. I think they got this. I think Steelers are giving. They're taking 2.5. I think it is. So like they got this game pretty close, but I say take advantage. The best odds on in that group, whether it be the over, the under, or whatever case is, it's the plus 110. So take the home dog, take the Steelers to keep a struggling, and most importantly, struggling and hurt Mac Jones. He's still dealing with a bad back, and apparently he didn't even practice today, but it was due to illness. So add on top of that, and like I said, defense against a struggling, yet to find their identity. Pat's offense, yeah, and also let's put it to the other side. You may not like him, but Mitch Trubisky is good enough to push the ball down the field, where this game should not be just a constant slugfest back and forth of running the ball, who's going to make the first mistake. He will push that ball down to Deontay Johnson and to Chase Claypool. I think just well enough for this pick to be my top dog. Once again, Pittsburgh at home, a home dog. Pittsburgh at home, plus 110. And that's pretty much it. Those are my 3 picks plus my bonus top dog picks. So those are my 4 picks. Once again, to cover your ass, ladies and gentlemen, you want to go straight parlay, go right on ahead. If not, just do what I do, as usual, round robin policy. It's like betting life insurance. One of the dogs poop out on you. The rest of your card should at least give you something in return. Once again, hopefully by the time you see this video, you do get these odds from how I get it. And other than that, I hope everybody enjoys tonight's game. Not really going to be doing much tonight with tonight's game or whatever. I was pretty much getting a whole bunch of notes done and getting yesterday's Grade A Fantasy show up. And there was definitely a lot of notes for me to take because that, like I said, that show ended up. Please check that other show out. That's the main show for this channel. Grade A Picks is one time a week. My top picks for that current week schedule. Yesterday's Grade A Fantasy was the longest one yet. I think 45 minutes. And yeah, so week 2 Grade A Picks is done. Good luck tonight for whoever's betting and or playing on Fan Duel DFS and Fan Duel Sportsbook. And yeah, if any news or anything that I feel I should come out and bring out before or after the final injury reports on Friday from all these teams before the road teams go travel to where they're going for the weekend, I'll let you know. But other than that, I think I pretty much gave you all the news I need to know and that y'all need to know. Just focus on whatever pops up between now, Sunday morning, and Sunday afternoon before lock. And yeah, good luck tonight. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, notifications, main 4 things. And yeah, once again, good luck tonight, Fan Duelers, and let's cash out tonight. Grade A Fantasy, signing off.